Hey guys! Today I'm doing something a little bit different and something that I haven't really seen anybody else doing at the moment. I'm not sure if it's because it's a rubbish idea or I'm not looking at like YouTube closely enough or what, but I thought it'd be really fun to do. So basically for the last 2 weeks I've only been using men's toiletries, and I haven't even been using kind of unisex toiletries. I've been literally just using things targeted at men. So that's my face wash, shower gel, deodorant, shampoo, literally everything. The only thing that I did use kind of normally was my moisturiser, because I looked in a couple of shops and I really couldn't find any that was targeted for men that was like a reasonable price, and that really shocked me. That was like number one kind of the thing that I noticed, was that men's moisturisers just isn't a thing, or at least isn't a thing when you're on like quite a tight budget. So I kind of, whereas I can pop into Savers and get, I don't know, some Nivea for £1 or something that's clearly targeted at women, it was practically impossible to find something targeted at men. And I could find like a facial moisturiser, but I didn't really, I don't really use one anyway, so I didn't need that, but it was just specifically one for your body that I couldn't find. So we'll start off with where I start in my day, and that's with some face wash. This is the Nivea Men's Sensitive Face Wash. I've got sensitive skin, we all know that. As you can see, I've used quite a bit of it, so you would probably be done with this in like 3 to probably 4 weeks. It's got 0% alcohol, so it's not drying out. I think I got it for a couple of pounds, but it hasn't lasted anywhere near as long as any of my usual moisturisers. I don't always go for super expensive ones, but recently I have been using the Lizelle Cleanse and Polish, which is a lot more expensive than this. And it was perfectly fine. I didn't react to it. My skin was fairly clear. I did get like the biggest spot I've had since I was a teenager, but I'm not sure if that's kind of like a hormonal thing that happened or what I was eating rather than just what I was using on my face. So yeah, that's where I started at, and then I went for this facial scrub, and for a daily facial scrub, whereas a woman's one would definitely be very gentle for you to use daily, this was kind of something more like I would use on my body. I don't know if you can see it, but like there's very clear kind of granules in it that were actually quite harsh on my face, and I think this could have had a lot more to do with the breakout than the Nivea wash. So this is from the Real Shaving Company. Obviously I didn't shave after I used it, but it just says it's got deep cleansing action, helps unblock pores and remove dead skin cells. I didn't really find that it did much for my pores, much for my skin cells. I really did find though that it made my face, like my skin, quite dry. I think it was just stripping it of all the moisture every day. So I have actually been having to use a kind of daily facial cream to keep my skin hydrated. And yeah, I just don't know why it's so much harsher than anything I've ever tried for women. I've used, there are similar ones, but they don't recommend you to use them every day, and I just don't see why a man's face would need like a harsher treatment, but there we go. It might just be that particular product. Obviously I haven't used a whole range, but that was kind of the second thing that I noticed, that this scrub was a lot harsher than anything I've used. Right, then got the Men's Shore Motion Sense Extreme Protection deodorant. This has actually been kind of better than my normal deodorant, which shocked me because this was £1. I have Shore women's one, but it's like the Maximum Protection Confidence one, and it's £5, and it, like, every day, no matter what I do, I get white marks on my clothes, just every day, and I have to wear a black top to work, so it's really obvious. But this, I had no white marks, I sweated a lot less. I even noticed in the gym I sweated a lot less, and obviously it had a really strong scent that I noticed throughout the day. I don't know if this was because I'm not used to having quite a masculine scent on, but it definitely, I could smell it throughout. As I kind of was naturally sweating, I could smell it more and more. So I'm very tempted to move more towards kind of deodorants aimed at men, because this was so much better than anything I've ever tried for women. And then kind of a shower time duo, I used the Lynx Excite. I used actually 3 different shower gels, and this was kind of the most feminine one out of all of them. I think it's got coconut in, because it definitely smelt like it had a bit of coconut in. This was £1. Obviously, like, Lynx can be more expensive, but we always buy it when it's on special offer. And it was perfectly fine. It didn't make my skin exceptionally soft or anything, but it didn't claim to. Yeah, I found it okay. It wasn't the best shower gel in the world, but it wasn't the worst. And then I used the L'Oreal LV for Men Bodybuilding Thickening Shampoo, because I've got quite fine hair at the front. This I actually found is quite drying. I've been using a like women's conditioner with it, a Colour Protect one that's quite thick, and still I can feel that my hair is quite dry. Even I use like a John Frieda Frizzies serum when I dry my hair, and it still feels a bit dry. I feel like this just kind of strips all the natural oils out of my hair. I don't know why it does, but it definitely does. And I've used kind of L'Oreal's for women thickening shampoos, and they haven't done the same thing. And again, it's a lot harsher. That's probably the biggest thing that I noticed kind of across the board. Even with the deodorant, even though it's better, it is harsher. It's better because it's harsher. And that's the main thing that I noticed. But also, I really didn't think that I would mind switching at all, that I would have a problem with it. But I found halfway through, I was actually getting kind of down. I look forward to kind of my little pamper sessions where I use my favourite shower gels. I always pick like special ones out for my scent, for the scent, and I always use a really nice face wash. And the same with like my shampoo always smells really like nice and fruity, and I really missed it. Like, I got halfway through and I was so ready to just quit and finish. But yeah, it was kind of eye-opening to see, obviously looking around at the market to see what different things there were, and everything was so much more limited than it is for women. Again, like, obviously a lot of brands don't label things as being for women, but they are clearly targeted at women. And I think overall, probably the face wash and the deodorant were kind of the best. The face wash I'm just going to finish using, so yeah, I'm just going to carry on using it till it finishes. I actually really like the scent of this. It was really fresh and good at waking me up in the morning, and I was just not impressed with the kind of the kind of range out there that there was to buy, with the effects of everything, and just with how much harsher it treats your body. So yeah, if you're a man and you're finding that you've got dry skin, you've got a dry face, you've got dry hair, try using women's products, because they really seem to kind of be a lot more hydrating. And yeah, that's the end of my video. I'm aware this was so rambly, but I just wanted to talk to you guys about it, to talk about the kind of differences that I found and the way I felt about it. So please give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, as always, and subscribe for more videos. Thank you guys. Bye.